fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what, good thing to say, I dabbled in stand-up or something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. What's up, boys and girls? Welcome to a nice, lovely, semi-early morning. This is early for me. Early morning episode of the Chrissie Mayr podcast. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. February is flying by. What is happening? We only have a week and a day left of Black History Month. How are you guys all celebrating? Before I bring in this is how I'm celebrating. I'm having flawed on. No, I'm retarded. I'm doing that whole thing. Okay. Before I bring in my fabulous guest, I have a couple of stand-up shows to talk about. Blame it on pregnancy brain. If I say anything that doesn't make sense, just we're blaming it on that. Because the baby is taking up 200% of my brain power. Guys, if you want to see me doing stand-up, this weekend is your chance. Come to New Jersey. I'm headlining in Morris Plains this Saturday, the 24th, 8:30 show, Tiff's Grill and Ale House, Morris Plains, New Jersey. Come see me headlined. Keanu Thompson will be featuring for me. Andrew Harms, who you may know from my other show on Compound Media, called The Wet Spot. He will be there as well. And if you're more of a Pennsylvania person, hoping I make it to this show, but I think I will. Friday, March 22nd, I'll be headlining in Grantville, Pennsylvania at the Laughing Stock Comedy Club, 8:30 show. Tickets are now available for that. So get your tickets now. Go to ChrissieMayr.com. It's going to be so fun. Hoping I have some sort of viral heckler moment. I think it happens just about every other show at this point. So yes, come on out, subscribe, like the channel. I'm trying to get to 100K. Let's see. I don't know, by the end of the year, at some point. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Welcome. People are already in the chat. This is a spicy chat already. Okay. Very excited to have this guy on the channel this morning. We met last month in Dallas on Normal World, and I think he's becoming a bit of a regular on Normal World, which is nice to see. He's a recording artist, a content creator, a live streamer. Welcome to the show, Mr. Flawdzilla. Hello.
What's going on? Your internet is blurry right now. That's New York internet? Yeah, super blurry. But it's all right, because mine is crisp to make up for it.
Let me check on that. I'm going to blame it on Mercury retrograde. That's what I'm going to do. Everything
Astrology.
Yeah, you guys can actually see my internet because it's plugged. That's where I'm plugged in back there. So I just, as long as that's plugged in, I think I'll be okay. But I'm
Word. How you doing, man? You're still super pregnant.
I am super pregnant. I was super pregnant when we met last month in Dallas on the set of Normal. Yeah, I was definitely at waddle status. And you try not to. You try to like correct your walk and like move smoothly. And it's just impossible because you've got like a 30-pound belly strapped to you. And I went to the doctor yesterday, and like every time you go to the doctor, which at this point is every 2 weeks, you get on the scale, and I'm like, can we not? Because especially when like my husband's there too. I'm like, can you just look away? Please do not like look at the scale. Like it's you get into a realm of weight that you didn't even think possible. You're like, you're seeing numbers that you know what I mean? Like these are fat people numbers. Like this is
But if you bounce back, then it's like an accomplishment afterwards because most people just let it go afterwards.
And I will have to bounce back because I've been talking shit for years about getting pregnant, not an excuse to get fat. I'm gonna have to really walk the walk on this one.
I think you can do it. I mean, you're traveling fully pregnant. You're all over the place, so I think you got it in you. Not
I'm
just a
all
baby.
over the place, and I rely on the kindness of strangers to lift my bags. No, they shut me down. They said no more flying at the 3rd trimester.
So you can't fly anymore?
Dallas was the last trip. It has to be an extenuating circumstance. Well, like, yeah, they just don't want you giving birth on the plane. Or
That makes sense.
They don't want
I
something
wouldn't want that shit either.
They don't want
I'd be
something
so mad.
like being so out of position from your normal doctor.
Like, even without the doctor, if there was a doctor on the plane, I'd still be mad if someone went into labor next to me, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's
that.
like when you get into an Uber and they're like, tell me a joke. I'm like, I'm not working right now. Like I'm the doctors on planes don't want to be
I don't want to smell it.
Gloves on and like unwrapping an umbilical cord. So
yeah, I'll pass.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was so surprised before we went live, Flawed, that
I was on time.
I was so worried. Like I was wondering what impression I gave you on Normal World because like I was I was telling so many kind of racial jokes. I'm thinking
that's
like,
what we do.
The first time I've met this person, I'm like, I really hope.
That's what we do on our stream all day. That's literally our stream. Our stream is 90% race jokes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like I could tell you were cool and like I loved Mo. She was an absolute doll. I met her. We all met in the makeup room.
She loved you. She was talking about you like as soon as we walked away, she's like, oh my God, I love her so much.
I loved so much that like there was a phone that kept ringing in the makeup room and we're all like on our phones, but there's this random extra phone like next to us on the chair.
Is this,
kept going off and you were like, whose phone is this? Can someone shut off this damn phone? And then it's the makeup lady.
It's the lady. Yeah. I'll answer it if you want.
I also was like, why is your phone on the other side of the room? It's not even like it's being currently charged or anything. Like it needs to be on the other side of the room. I'm like, it just
she has a table in front
of from her.
Yeah, she has literally could put it on the table right next to her. Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
My phone patience is at a 0. I think it's because I'm so used to like if it rings or buzzes during a stand-up show, I'm like, oh, we're answering that. We're talking to this person. I'm like, it's probably just I don't know, a makeup emergency or something.
It has to be. Who else would be calling? That's all they do.
How did you and I see you're becoming a little bit of like a regular on Normal World, which is good to see. You were just on with my friend Lila last week.
Yeah, I love Lila.
She's so funny to me. She's an absolute firecracker and I just appreciate that someone who could be bitching about their situation 24/7 never does, and she's tough as nails and fucking hilarious and never ever like tries to pretend she's any kind of victim.
She embraces reality.
Yeah.
I always like those kind of people.
She's solid. How did you guys get connected with the Blaze? Were you friends with Quarter Black first or
So I'm on Krigler's show, Adam Krigler's show, Base Staff Monday, every Monday. And Garrett's on there with us. And from there, like we had like cool, like we were cool a little bit, but like I never really talked to him. But then I dropped my song Grateful. Like I put a video up on Twitter and he loved the song and was like retweeting it and was like, yo, do you want to perform this on the first episode of Normal World? And yeah, so well actually before that, it was actually the FNT meetup. That's when I really became close with Garrett. I was like, I want to go to Vegas, and he was like, well then come with me. Literally last minute, I was like, okay, even though I had never talked to this person in real life. So we drove to Vegas together, me, him, and Mo, and like became friends. You know, became friends at that point.
Last Vegas meetup for FNT?
Yeah, I went to your comedy show. Because I was avoiding you because I felt like I was like, I don't know these people. These people are way bigger than me, and I'm just like some guy. So I was just like hanging out in the corners.
Okay, I feel horrible because you mentioned at Normal World. You're like, I saw you in Vegas, and I was like, I don't.
Yeah, I didn't talk to you. I completely ignored you. Yeah. So
the meetups are chaotic. There's so many people. packed into just a couple of rooms. They
Yeah.
need to just get
It was
every
crazy.
time there's a meetup, I'm like, you guys need a bigger venue. You need bigger and bigger.
It was stressful. It was. I was like, I was in the corner, literally just drinking Moscow Mules, just like trying to get comfortable. It was
If
wild.
it's a real test because if you're an antisocial person, if you get claustrophobic, if you're like nervous around big groups, like you will be tested at these meetups. But then again, like everyone there is kind of like-minded and would
Everyone's
get
cool.
along and be friends. So you're like, just say hello to these people. They're all
Yeah.
good.
That's what I realized. It really opened my eyes that like bigger creators and normal people, it humanized people because I'm so like internet minded. Seeing people on screen so much, it makes you think differently about people. And then you meet them in real life, and like, oh, they're just good at what they do. They're entertaining on camera, but they're normal people in real life. You know?
Yeah, one of my kind of least favorite things about the internet is this sense of, and you see it in all circles, this sense that you are supposed to know about everyone's beef and every situation that anyone you've ever spoken to or streamed with has ever been in.
Yeah, and you're a part of it now too, because you
and that you, if you talk to someone that have them on their show, that means you are signing off on everything they've ever done and said.
It's cancel
and if
culture.
someone you've
It's
ever
everywhere.
spoken to or been friends with does something that you don't like, now you have to answer to it. It's the sense like that you are responsible for everyone. You're everyone's handler. I'll constantly get questions about like, oh, Brittany Venti did this. What about that? And it's like, I don't even know. Now I have to go do homework. I have to watch videos. Like,
yeah, I don't even care. I'm just friends with this person in reality.
Yeah. And
that happens a lot.
It does sound shitty. Like I am friends with a lot of girls I've met and people I've met from YouTube, but like that doesn't mean that I have watched everything that they do.
I don't watch any of my friends' content. I've seen like 3 episodes of Normal World. I love Garrett, you know, but I barely watch Normal World. I don't be having time. I don't see anything that I'm not on, really.
Yeah, you have to spend a lot of time doing your own research and getting ready for your own guests and things like that. Okay, so that's. But you know what? People get passionate. People get fired up about a cause or a person or it's just what happens. Because I was surprised to see before we went live, there were like so many upset comments in the chat about having you on, and I was like, "What is this even about?"
I love it. This is like I've done nothing to nobody in reality, and people are really following me around the internet everywhere I go, giving people views, so it helps a little bit, you know. Talking about they're gonna unsub even though they were never subbed in the first place. This is what people do. Try to threaten you like, oh my goodness, I love this show for 5 years, and now you're having this guy on. I'm not gonna watch, and they've never watched before.
Yeah,
you know,
like names I've never seen. Like, it's the threat of the unsubscribe. It's very similar to when people go, oh, I bought tickets to your comedy show, but now after hearing about this fried chicken joke, I am returning these tickets. I'm like, you sound like someone who comes to comedy show.
Yeah, you're there all the time. Clearly.
Yeah.
I love it though.
Returning these tickets. Wowie. Okay. That's so neat. So you went out to Vegas. You drove out with Garrett?
Yeah. 19 hours in the car, man.
Okay, that's a huge test. I mean, that's like a friendship
I
test.
could have hated him. Yeah,
and
I could have hated him.
Out the gate. Like that's a do or die moment.
He just happens to be a great guy. That's the thing. Like he luckily is a great guy. And God blesses me and puts people like that in my life because I'm very confrontational. So it could have easily not worked out. I could be on the side of the highway if it was anyone else.
Well, that's the thing is every relationship is different. Every relationship is a mirror, but you always in a couple or a friendship, it's like someone's you gotta give on some things, but then someone can be a little bit more like direct and forward.
We disagree on things all the time. We disagree on things, me and Garrett, but it doesn't affect the friendship, you know?
Yeah, that's good. Like if the only thing that would upset me would be like we have to stop at Buc-ee's on the road, and if someone was like, "No, I don't really care for Buc-ee's," I would be like,
"That's me. I hate Buc-ee's."
What?
Mo always wants to stop at Buc-ee's. I'm like, "Can we just drive? Like, what do you mean? Let's stop at Buc-ee's."
What do you have against Buc-ee's, the world's best rest stop that literally has everything, cleanest bathrooms, all the snacks?
That sounds like propaganda.
Propaganda? Have you been?
I have, and it was like mid. Like, what is this? What is this? A big store?
Yeah, there's many different types of Buc-ee's. There are small stores that are
Eh.
like little squirrely kind of back end locations,
So,
and then there's like your
what's
really
great
big.
about it? That's the
What's
question.
What's great about it is it's
Yeah.
like the Walmart of
Walmart's
rest
trash
stops.
too. Wait a
It's like
second.
the
Walmart's not
Target. I
good.
don't know. It's like because you can stop there and like you can get gas. There's always a pump open. There will always be a bathroom open. You get your own little private door that shuts. Although one time a lady did
The
barge in on
bathroom is
me.
important.
The bathrooms are like any type of snack. If you don't want to have like a quick, you could do a quick stop there, but you're not gonna do a quick stop there. You're gonna do like a little grocery shopping. You could get a new outfit there.
On the
If
highway.
you shit your pants on the road or something, you could start over at Buc-ee's. You can
That's
get
a
your
good
life
point.
together.
I do that often. That's a great point. I do shit my pants all the time.
That's
So
what's good about a Flying J. And I don't know if they're out like by Texas, but
I
they're
never heard
certainly
that.
out in Jersey. That's like a trucker's stop. That's like they got showers in the back. Like if you shit your pants, you can
I'm
start
not
anew
showering.
at the Flying J.
I'm just gonna let it dry and change my pants. I buy some pants, but I'm not showering at a rest stop.
My dad was a Teamster for many years. I should have asked him if he had ever shit his pants on the road. I wish I knew if that's ever happened to you. Let me know if okay, the volume. I had a volume issue. I was being too loud, which is usually never the case.
Sound fine to me.
Okay, cool. So you're driving for many hours with Quarter Black
Yep.
Garrett, and he's just a chill person, and you
He
get
is.
to the F&T meetup in Vegas, which was at what was that, the Millennium Fandom Bar? Or was
Yep.
no,
Yep.
that's in
No, it was.
Orlando.
No, it was at
Oh,
Millennium
it is?
Fandom. No,
Okay.
was it? Yeah, I think it's
I'm
Millennium Fandom.
confusing my
It
locations.
is.
Millennium Fandom Bar, and then I think our stand-up show was
Was
the next
that
day.
I
And that was
don't
with
know where that was at.
Lila and Keanu. That was at the Space.
Yeah.
And I was so happy that show went as well as it did
You killed
because
it.
you look and see who you see the type of people that a venue books, and you're like, are they woke? Are they not woke? Do they not care? Is it more of a music venue? And I'm like, well, if you're gonna have us, you got to be pretty cool. And
You
uh,
killed it.
it
Your
was
crowd work was good.
oh,
Like I was
thanks.
so impressed. I was so impressed. I was like, I thought I was gonna. I think I said this to you, but I thought I was gonna be like, okay, like let me put on my laugh jacket.
Pretend
To
you're pretend
not
laugh.
even pretend, but like open myself up to bad comedy, like where I have to not be so critical. But that wasn't the case because I went in there judging, and you actually killed it.
As
All
you
three of you.
should. As
All three of you.
everyone a lot of people go, well,
Yeah.
I expected like, ugh, not
Yeah.
just one woman, but 3 trying to do comedy.
Yeah,
This is
that's
gonna
what
be
I
a
thought.
train wreck.
That's exactly what I thought. And I was like, damn, all three of them had me laughing. All three of you had me dying. I
That's
wasn't, and I
really
was on like
awesome.
an edible too. So I was like extra. Everything was extra funny too.
I
But
wonder
it
if I
was
should
really
just
funny.
pass out drugs at my shows in advance, if that would help. And there was
It
a
was
lot
great.
going on at that show. I was like questioning my outfit. I was like, why am I wearing shorts? Like, what am I doing? It was
I didn't even
hot.
notice.
I
No,
got
I think
dressed
that
in
was the
a
one thing
sweatshirt.
I noticed. I was like, why is she
I
wearing
was like,
shorts?
And I was like, the shorts that was a bad move because if your outfit is not right, you're gonna
I
not
didn't even
feel
notice.
the best on stage. And Lila freaking blew
Yeah.
chunks 5 minutes before she got on
Did
stage.
she?
She's like, yeah, she threw up. She was just
You
like,
said that. I thought you were just joking. She really threw
she
up?
threw up right before getting on stage. And I think she like pounded a Red Bull or something. It just didn't mix well, and she's throwing up into a trash can right before, and she's like hair done, makeup done, everything's perfect. I'm like, your
Yeah, she had
outfit,
a nice dress and
terrible.
everything. It's wild.
And I'm just like, get it into the trash can. I'm like, I'm like, are you okay? But at the same time, like, Keanu's about to
Don't
get
ruin
off
the show.
stage.
Yeah, don't ruin the show. Get on
I like
stage.
brought her outside really quick. I'm like, you want some outside air? Is this helping? It's just,
I couldn't
oh
even
man,
tell. She
that's
killed it because I couldn't even tell.
that is the most hardcore thing to go from just puking to performing. Like, it's
I
amazing.
couldn't puke and stream, let alone be on stage. That's crazy.
It's inspiring. Yeah.
It is.
So since we met
Yeah.
last
You've
month
been
in
having some issues
Dallas,
on. I've been seeing it.
I got into a little bit of a copyright
You and Tom MacDonald
debacle
had beef. That's not what I was expecting in
with
2024.
Tom
That's
MacDonald, and
wild.
I don't love
You
beef. I
should
don't
drop a diss
embrace
track.
beef. Usually the beef finds me, but this time I was like, oh, I really have to kind of like put my foot down on this because I used a minute of his song "Facts" with Ben Shapiro very much transformative content, very much was commenting on it, played it only to really kind of chuckle at Ben Shapiro because he's like the unexpected part of the whole song.
Ben Shapiro's trash.
And then I get hit with a copyright claim, whether that was automatic or manual, like it doesn't even matter, but I refuted it. And then Tom or his people rejected it. And then ultimately it after 7 days, it expired. And now it's kind of a moot point, although on principle it's not, because I think he was wrong on this one particular thing. I don't think you should be abusing a copyright system for people that are just trying to really promote you and uplift you. Or I mean, even if they're haters, even if they're just commenting, I just don't think you should be slapping copyright claims or letting copyright claims be slapped onto people left and right.
Yeah,
but I don't know. He's gigantic. Who knows if he knows or cares?
I never don't get copyright claimed. I always get copyright claimed. Every single, like, so this is what I do every day. I upload like some kind of reaction to something sometimes twice a day, and I never don't get copyright claimed. I from the beginning was like, this isn't a way for me to make money to upload music, even though it's getting me views and things. There's no way I can actually gain money from doing reactions. So I had to like figure out a way to monetize it, but I stopped dealing with copyrights. I don't even appeal them. They show up, I don't even fucking appeal them now. The YouTube is ridiculous.
Too much of a hassle.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna sit here and wait to upload my video when the shit has to come out right now. Like if I want the most people to see it, I have to put it out now. But if it gets fucking copyright claimed, there's no way. Like they're like, oh, you want to clear this up before you put it out? And it's like, nah, I'm not doing all this. I'll just upload the video and holistically navigate this minefield of fucking YouTube. Basically, I hate copyright. The copyright thing is so stupid to me. Like my live streams too. This is why I don't stream on YouTube. When I stream on YouTube, if you play a song for longer than, like, if you play it for longer than a certain amount of minutes, sometimes songs are like 8 minutes. Like I watch freestyles from Eminem, they're like 11 minutes. If you listen to them for like 5 minutes straight, YouTube will just pull down your stream. They'll just be like, nope.
Right. If it's like uninterrupted, if you're not commenting,
even if you pause it, yeah.
So there's a certain amount of time that they'll just completely pull it down.
Yep, and it's like, but if I upload that same live stream, if I do it offline, don't do it live stream, don't do it live, and upload that shit straight through, they'll just copyright claim it, and it'll be up fine. But I got a strike for watching something that I ended up re-uploading afterwards. I have a strike for it on my live stream, but not as a video. Like I hate YouTube in reality. I'm not gonna lie.
What did they strike you on? Like, what was the?
I think spam. They said spam.
Oh,
it didn't even say copyright claim. It said it when it came up, like you know how you get that. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it comes up and it's like you have they've detected copyright material in your live stream. And then you stop it. I'm thinking if I stop it, pause it, wait a second, talk, whatever, and then go back to it, it'll be fine. But I put it back on, they pulled it down again. I put it back on, they pulled it down again. And I eventually just finished it, and they just ended my entire stream and were like, you got a strike. And then I uploaded that because I was recording it and was totally fine. That shit's still up right now. But I still have a strike on my channel from it.
When does it go away?
Once I do the thing, but I think I took too long to do it, so I don't know. It still says on my thing. It still says 1.
I've noticed
it's been months.
I've noticed too, because I'll have things automatically like live stream to Facebook, and then I'll go. I'm seldom. Okay, let me say like maybe twice a week I go and see what's going on Facebook, and I'll get these notifications like straight up. A lot of your streams don't even post to Facebook anymore because if there's any copyrighted,
they stop it,
anything at all. They're like, we're just not going to show this to people. And you're like, wow, okay, Facebook.
Facebook's out of control too. And TikTok, I have my own music. Like I can make a beat, whatever I put. I mean, and I could like make a beat, upload a whole song. I could buy the beat, have exclusive rights, upload it, and they're like too long of copyrighted material. And it's like, this is my material.
Wow. Why doesn't Facebook just come out and say, look, if you're not here to sell a piece of furniture or complain about how fat people from high school have gotten, just get off the platform.
And tell people what you're doing right now in your household, what you're watching at the moment,
you're
who's in your room with you.
To post a photo of your food. We don't want to see you here on Facebook. Sorry, if you're not an aging Gen Xer or boomer,
legit,
we just don't want to
you're
see
not
you.
allowed. We don't
You're
want you
not
here.
allowed anymore.
Yeah, we don't want
Just
you over here.
booting people
It's
off.
true. But also
So
about copyright claim, I also like I don't care anymore. You know, like that's a I feel like if I the way this shit works out is I am a content creator, so I have had to figure out how to monetize like content. So I get it. People copyright claim their shit. I don't agree with it because it's fair use and transformative, but I have figured out like a way around it. So it doesn't bother me like that anymore. That's what I was trying to say. It's
yeah.
like I have my reactions are monetized before they even happen now. If that makes sense.
Yeah. That does make sense. I did after I had this copyright debacle first began, I had a stream with a couple of other content creators who were similarly copyright claimed by him. I had like
Yeah, I
Megan.
saw. He's
I had Megan
the black
Fox
dude you
on.
had on
I
is a
had
bitch.
BX Beast Boy
He's a
on.
bitch. That nigga's a bitch. But he's talking
And
shit about
then
you right
I
now.
didn't realize you guys had a beef. And then I saw he did a
We don't.
like,
He does.
okay, what is his problem with you?
His problem with me is that
He was alleging that you had
he's a clout chaser.
okay. Did you
He's
call
talking shit
him
about you.
did you call him a pedo? Is that part of
No,
this too?
no, I didn't. This is what
Did
this
you
is.
allude
This
to
nigga is
it?
CNN. I didn't call him a pedo. I said this nigga had underage mods. That's what I said. And he's a weirdo. That's just one of the things that's weird about him.
Okay.
But yeah. But that was actually he said that afterwards. Way before that, he had already had this nigga's been making videos about me for weeks now. Because of Ryan Upchurch. Because Ryan Upchurch is a bitch and he's a bitch. They're all bitches.
He mostly doesn't like you because you're critical of Ryan Upchurch.
Yes, because he's a smaller creator who has a bunch of Ryan Upchurch fans watching him.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't even say anything about him being a pedo or not like that. That I watched an hour and a half video about this nigga, and this nigga, there's receipts for everything this nigga's ever done. Vic Blanco made a video about this dude, and I was like, damn, why is he worried about me? He should be worried about that nigga.
Okay. This is a beef I am not entirely aware of.
It's YouTube shit.
There's I've been trying to inform myself about the Tom MacDonald versus Ryan Upchurch. So they have
Upchurch is a bitch.
They have been constantly at odds. Did they ever get along?
No, they were never at odds. Upchurch is the fucking he's crazy. They would never had issues. Upchurch was promoting an album and was like, fuck Tom MacDonald. He's Canadian. Which is like, if he just didn't like Tom MacDonald, that's fine. But he's such a bitch. He's such a virtue signaling bitch. He's CNN and acts like he's the one who is actually about free speech and shit. Like this dude has had his audience telling me to fucking censor my chat for like a week now. They're telling me, oh, I don't like what your chat says about Ryan Upchurch, censor them. And then says that I'm CNN. And it's like, these niggas are so backwards and bitch ass niggas. They're internet. They're consistent. They're chronically online.
Do you think some of it is based on, I don't know if you read, there was a Rolling Stone article that came out about, which is like, first of all, Rolling Stone has become incredibly woke. They were talking about Tom, and it was this female reporter had, I guess,
I saw that,
gone to his house, and I guess this is during still
they
kind of
played
COVID
him.
time, and she was like, "Oh, I can't believe this guy's having me put on a mask, and he's not who he says he is. He doesn't believe what he pretends to believe, you know, with a social media presence."
None of that's true. These people make things up. That's the thing. Like what you can go back and look at everything. Like if Tom was a hypocrite, I would call it out. But everything that they claim he is, this nigga never claimed to be. Since before, this nigga has been like, he's been down the middle, but the left has pushed him to the right. This nigga is not on the right or the left. He's really not.
So he's
really
kind of
more
like
liberal. He seems liberal in reality. If you know him, he's more liberal than anything else. But people, because he doesn't fall in line with everything they want, they're like, nigga, you're far right, but he's not.
That's interesting. That happens to a lot of people who aren't really decidedly left or right. Like my friend Anna, that Star Wars girl, she's not particularly political at all, but she gets labeled conservative and right wing because her friends and people she streams with, people that give her the time of day are more on that side, and it's got to be frustrating. Like even people sometimes call me a conservative, and I'm like, I don't know. I think there's just aren't enough words or descriptors for someone who's kind of not on the left, kind of anti-woke,
who doesn't actually subscribe to a side. If you have anything that aligns with the right, the left will put you on the right. no matter what. Any type of, if you're like, oh no, I'm not for children, gender changes or whatever, they'll say you're right wing. And that's just like, okay, that was just a normal thing 10 years ago. Now it's, if you don't agree with it, now all of a sudden you're on the right, whatever, then say I'm on the right. But really, I don't subscribe to anything because all of it is fake. It's all just labels to divide people, and it's stupid as fuck in reality.
Are you friends with Tom MacDonald? Have you ever like met him or?
No, I never met him.
Okay.
But I've talked to him. I've talked to him in the past many times. Like he's a normal person, but obviously Upchurch fans. Upchurch was the same. Upchurch was friends with this nigga. That's the craziest thing. Now everyone's against this nigga. Your riff with him makes sense. If you have copyright claim issues and shit like that, that is something else. But everyone else's issue with them is just because Upchurch doesn't like him.
And why is that? Do you think it's just
because he needed to sell an album?
okay?
He literally put out a Tom MacDonald disc, and it's on his album.
It is
This
interesting.
is just marketing.
It is interesting to notice the overlap between rapping and roast battling
Politics,
and
yeah.
comedy, like the competitive element, the sort of like artistic weaponizing of aspects of someone's life. I was like, wow, there's a lot of parallels between like a comedy roast battle and like rapping or like a rap
I mean,
battle.
I think it's basically the same thing. Like when I was a kid, I was obsessed with just music and comedy. I used to watch a lot of stand-up. I used to listen to a lot of rap. I just went rap route because comedy is way harder. All I had to do is rhyme words. Like you got to get on stage and like win an audience.
I think rap is way harder.
Disagree.
It's like poetry, but it's the guidelines are a lot more strict, and it's like I think it's way harder.
That's easy. The rhyming and like putting syllables is formulaic. Comedy, like you have to learn how to make something apply to everyone, every room you go into, and figure out how to change it up everywhere you go until it becomes that perfect joke. I don't have to do that with a song. Maybe I do. I just don't think of it like that because I do it like that. But I think comedy is way harder because you could have a great joke and that shit will bomb, and then you have to like reconsider your life choices, and it's like that. And shit, then you're like, I don't know if I can deal with that.
Part of the country? Was it this room? Was it just the timing? Was it like, did I not deliver it the way I should have?
Yeah, that's like. Comedy scares me. The idea of comedy scares me, honestly. That's why I respect it, because it's like when you got in there, you own the room. I was like, oh, she's a real beast in this shit. That's legit how I was feeling when I was watching this. I was like, she is running this room, going through the crowd, like coming up with jokes on the fly for people's responses, and it's like, it's even more than rap, because rap, I write a rap and I put it out, and I can edit it, mix and master it, put it out, make it sound good, add some autotune if I need to. You are like freestyling, going in and out of written and freestyling and all this, like that shit is like, that shit's crazy to me.
I appreciate that. It's the only place I feel totally comfortable to even be myself is on stage, because that's what drew me to stand up is like, oh, the stakes are lower. You're not gonna hurt anybody's feelings. Like you don't know these people personally. It's not like with your family and your friends. If you're honest with them, you can hurt their feelings and they'll feel a way about you. But random people, like, oh, it's strange. It's so strange because it's most people's absolute worst fear. But for me, it's mine. Like, oh, it's like you feel free. Are there ever freestyle rap battles? Is that a thing? Are there improvised?
There is, but it's like it's easier to impress someone with a rap if you rhyme something, even if it doesn't make sense. If you're doing comedy and you say something and it like you can't depend on it just rhyming well, you have to legit say something that is substance to make someone laugh. That's like the difference to me. It's not rhyming is way harder than rhyming because rhyming is structured. Like there's only certain things that rhyme with certain things. So I can only think so far to make something rhyme. You have to actually come up with something with the rhythm. You have to have rhythm. You have to have timing. It's if anything, it's like a higher level of rap and poetry to me.
So really, I am like a rapper. I should really add that to my bio.
That's why I said, why didn't you drop a diss track on Tom? You should have dropped a diss track immediately. You would have went to the fucking stratosphere.
Oh my god. It would. I don't think anyone wants
if I was
to
you,
that.
I would have clout chased right into that. Like, yep, you know what? A diss track's coming out now. That's what you get from me now.
That would be so cringe. Holy shit.
I mean, Ben Shapiro rapping was cringe. I'm not gonna lie.
How much? Yeah, I think he probably just needed a lot of help. I don't think
I think so too.
at his desk, writing
Supposedly
bars.
Supposedly he was. I said he wasn't. I said I still don't believe it. People are like, yeah, he said he did it. I still don't believe he wrote that shit. Yep. I love Tom, but yeah, no, I don't believe
Only
that.
Tom knows for sure, I guess.
Yeah.
GJJ, thank you for gifting 5 Chrissie Mayr memberships. Thank you. Larkin Hill, wow, thank you for the orange boy. That's right, you're getting an orange boy drop. I hope REM doesn't claim me on that. For drugs. Well, thank you, Larkin. I think you mean vitamins. Big Gay Dave, thanks to the super chat. Tom MacDonald is a
Nice name.
Canadian master marketer who can rap half decently about American problems. Strikes? Shocking.
Was it strikes or was it claims?
They were, for me, it was claims. I don't know if
Other
he
people got
hit-
struck?
I don't know if
Like
he
straight up struck?
has struck others.
People interchange those words too crazily because strike is very different. That's crazy if he's out here striking people, but I
Strike
don't think he's striking
severe.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
The
don't
most
know. I don't know.
insane strike I've ever received was there was a viral clip about these a bunch of women who came in and were trashing like a French fry spot in New York City, and they were like, they got upset because they wanted to be charged.
Oh
They
yeah,
were
they were
trying to
fighting.
charge
I
them
saw that
extra
shit.
for sauce.
I
The
saw
hell
that shit.
What was the place called? Every major news outlet is playing this clip, commenting on it, using it in their news broadcast. I do the same thing. I get a strike. I get a graphic violence strike on my channel for showing. It's the most fucked up thing ever.
And they never addressed it, obviously, because they don't. They're just like, nope, you get that strike.
No, I just had to wait for the time. I just had to
That's
let the
crazy.
time pass. And I even was like, I had a lawyer involved, and we were like, YouTube, what's going on? And sent them a threatening letter and tried to do the whole thing. But
They don't care.
These things get expensive, if you're really.
Yeah, and they have endless pockets.
Yeah, they're like, what you gonna do? We're YouTube.
Legit, that's what it is. Don't use us anymore. They don't care.
So it sounds like what came first for you, because I was wondering, like, did you start rapping first and creating music first, or did you start kind of breaking down rap? Because I watched a bunch of your videos where you're actually like pausing and you're breaking down the lyrics, and you're like, if you didn't understand a reference, you look it up. I was like, oh wow, you're making footnotes.
Yes, I take this seriously. Yeah, and I still get copyright claimed. I'll pause it every 2 seconds and literally go into detail, transform, and all this, and I still get copyright claims for everything I do. It's crazy. But yeah, I rapped first.
Okay.
But I only started reactions so I could get comfortable on camera in 2021, I think, beginning of 2021. I started doing reactions because I just wanted to make YouTube content. And eventually, like, I only did a few reactions and my channel just started growing so quick that I couldn't change my content, basically.
Really?
Now I'm making other channels. Yeah, it was so fast. And then people like, do this. And, but it's crazy because I wasn't making money from it. So it was like, I have to somehow monetize this.
So if I'm going to start my rap career, I could not do it on this channel. I would need to create a whole new channel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe, I don't know, because when I hit 60K, I stopped doing music because I couldn't monetize it. And then I started talking about like different things that were happening. Like I was talking about the Rittenhouse case, and like, obviously everyone grifted off of that. And that built my channel up. Like I went from 60K to like 110K off of like, there was a few things that were happening. Some like Tim Pool beefing with R-Ray the Rugged Man, and like a few other things happened.
Oh my gosh, right. Who was that? That was the guy who like called Tim Pool a bitch. He
guy.
walked out or something.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. You're not that guy, bro. Yeah, it was crazy.
I thought they were gonna fight.
I thought they were too. I thought they were too.
Exciting day.
Yeah, I got a lot of views off that. I got a lot of views off that. Got a lot of views off of Rittenhouse. Got a lot of views off of Jordan Peterson talking to that college student on campus. Some Larry Elder videos. Like I was like just running. People were just giving me shit to react to, and we reacted to it. And then YouTube started limiting everything I did, and it like halted. I was on 117K for a year straight.
Oh, really? You think you just got shadow banned or suppressed?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't put anything up without it getting limited monetization, which like would just stop it from growing basically
I feel
immediately.
like that's where I'm at. I feel like every 3 out of every 4 things I post or go live on get the yellow.
Yep,
Get
that's on purpose.
get the yellow
That's how they
symbol.
shadow ban you.
And I'm like, all right.
If it's green, it could float, but if it's yellow, they hold it back on purpose. So I
I
literally was
so
getting
rarely just have a straight up green.
yep,
After, I always like just check after I go live. I go, and it's
yep.
in.
It's yellow
and
immediately. Yep. That's why I can't stream on YouTube because all my streams get yellowed, every single one of them. So I stream on Rumble and then take things from that and put that on YouTube, make sure it's clean.
It's almost as if
Yeah, fact. That's a fact. That's a really that ruined my life for a second. I thought I was about to stop doing YouTube at that point.
I love my little soundboard here. This is the most recent
Just random song.
addition.
You're trying to get claimed.
This is my favorite new sound effect. Let me see if you can recognize it.
Brings back memories. I heard that when I was born. That was
I heard that when I was born. When I came out, my mother. I heard, first thing I heard was not her voice, but I was born in a black hospital.
Yeah, that's genius. I'm mad I don't have that on my soundboard. That's a genius sound.
It's my favorite, but I can't overuse it.
That's the Black National Anthem sound. The chat said that's funny.
That people came after me when I said it was an old joke. I said like I thought the Black National Anthem was just sirens. And I said that a few years ago when Black National Anthem like first came out, and it was trending again after the Super Bowl. So I basically like didn't retweet myself, rewrote it. And Black Twitter came after me. First of all, it's very elusive. I don't know where they are. I don't know how to find them or get in, but they found me.
They find me sometimes.
And they wanted to come after my baby registry. They wanted to shut it down. They wanted to contact Amazon and shut down the baby registry.
What is wrong with people? That's so crazy. Like, that's like, I'm not gonna lie, that's smart, but that's crazy. That is crazy. They think very petty things. Like if I didn't like someone, that may be the thing I should go after. See, I don't even think to like, let me go to something that's gonna affect them. I just like go to roast them.
It is pretty crazy. I've been talking about this so much over the last couple of weeks, but David Lucas, he told this George Floyd joke at the Funny Bone in Connecticut, and then he apologized, and then the BLM activists, it wasn't good enough for them. And it's like,
then he had both sides going at him.
They never fucking cared about you. They just want to feel power over you.
Yep. That's dumb. You have one side hating you, one side praising you, and then you apologize to the side that's hating you. They're obviously, that's not going to be enough, because once you give them power, they're going to abuse it. And now the other side is mad at you for apologizing. Now you have double the hate on you. It's like, just stand on business, bro. Fuck it.
And that's how you know that they're not actually offended, because if they were actually offended and hurt by it, the apology would have landed. But since the apology doesn't land, it's not about them being hurt. It's like, no, we see this as an opportunity to feel power over you and keep you down. And they were calling for the Funny Bone, which is a nationwide chain of clubs, to never book.
Just all ban him.
Yeah. They called his mother and his uncle. I saw that. That was the most.
He said that's why he apologized.
Which I do kind of understand.
Good thing my mother's dead.
Yeah, mine too. I'd be like, go try to call her.
Yeah, dig her
up. You really do have to talk to your like your close family and friends. Like when these things happen and people try to like come cancel you over a joke, you have to just sit your family down and be like, look, like don't pick up the phone. You're gonna feel pressured. It's, if your parents are even online, like mine weren't, but you just have to be like, it will pass. It will, it's going to feel pretty hot for a couple of weeks. Like I remember the Malaysians were after me for 6 weeks.
I heard about that summer. You're always getting come for. That shit is like, you can't tell jokes. Cause that's how you know you're doing something right though. Like you're one of the ones, because that's what comedy should be. It should be people feeling uncomfortable and feeling away, but instead of like, but people cry immediately and want to end you. But that's what you're supposed to be. Like everything else is boring at that point. Like, you want to hear the safe jokes? No one wants to fucking hear that. That's not a joke at that point. That's
It
just
bothers me when people seem to genuinely be unable to tell the difference between actual racism and
yeah,
jokes.
yep, yep. It's
And
sick.
they'll hear something, a joke, that will affect them on a personal level. They'll take it personally. So then they go, "Oh, I need to respond with a personal attack in kind because
Yep.
it's tit for tat." When it's like, no, this was never
It's
about
not.
you
I don't even
personally.
care about you. I don't even know who you are. And like, I never understood that. I don't understand. Your mom is dead. She definitely voted for Biden.
Yeah, that's upsetting. That's really upsetting. When
My
I
mother
was a
didn't vote for Biden.
teenager
Oh, I
and
get
in
it
my
now.
20s, I would get mad at my mom for just voting Republican. I'd be like, "Why?
Me too.
Like, you're a bad person. Why are you voting Republican just because you're because grandpa votes Republican? Because my grandpa listened to Rush Limbaugh. Like, I wish these people were still alive so I could pick their brain. But I remember I was
My
just like,
mother
"Oh
never
my God."
voted.
I was in my
My mother
liberal
was like,
phase.
"Why are you voting? It doesn't matter. Why would you care about voting?" One day, because the school got me like hyped up, and they're like, "John Kerry has to win. He has to win." And I was like, I
I
was
voted for
watching the
John
election.
Kerry. Ugh.
You voted for him?
Yes. When did he run? What was that? That might have been my very first
Bush's second, I
election.
think. I think it was Bush's
Was
second.
that 2000 he ran?
I think it was maybe. I don't know.
When did
I don't
John
remember.
Kerry run for president?
I just remember I
2004.
cared. Oh, 2004. I cared so much. I cried when he lost. I was like, I was a little kid. I was like,
Oh,
we're
no.
done for. I really
And then
cried. My mom was like, "What are
you
you
can
crying for, bro?"
I think it's good to remember that that's how we were when we were younger because it helps you to understand the youth of today. No, but now it's
Mhm.
just there's a whole lot more. We didn't have quite as many pharmaceuticals in the mix when we
Yeah.
were young. We
And the
just had
propaganda's crazy.
yeah. They're like propaganda and get everybody on drugs and get everybody chopping off their junk.
Yep.
And then we can manipulate them a little bit easier.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How did you and Mo meet? What's your love story?
So we went to school together back when middle school, and she dated my cousin in 7th grade, and they didn't work out, I guess, because kids' relationships never work out. But they still hung out because they were like a friend group. So her and all her friends hung out with my cousin and all his friends, and I was like 2 years older. And I met her after I got out of jail at my cousin's house.
You were in jail?
Yeah, I was in jail for a year and a half.
Why were you in jail?
Because I have crazy baby's mother who hated that well, it's a long story, but I cheated on my baby's mother with another chick and got her pregnant like a black dude does. And yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. And the route that she took, my baby's mother's crazy. The route that she took was to get me arrested, say that I went to her house, tried to kill her, said that I was trying to kill her mother, said all this shit. And it was this crazy thing. I was not even next to her house. Like I had people, I had proof and all
Whoa.
this. And yeah, she still got me locked up. And then I got out and went back to her because I was like, "I'm sorry, I got cheated on you." Da, da, da. And then I went back to the other chick again. And she called the cops again.
It sounds
Like, it
like
was
a reverse swatting almost. Like he
yeah,
claimed.
yeah. Yeah, she ruined my life in reality. If it wasn't for YouTube, I'd be fucked in reality. But
this
I'm
is
not
bad.
ashamed
Yeah,
of it
it's
because
bad that I did not
I
know
was
that
told.
you went to jail. This is
Yeah,
I
I'm
really
black.
tried to
Yeah, so
research.
you should
I
know.
didn't want to assume.
You should have assumed it. But yeah, so I got out of jail and I went straight to my cousin's house. My mother brought me to my cousin's house and she was on the porch. And I was like, walked past, I was like, I don't know who that chick is, but like felt something, And
You felt
very
something
soon after
move.
that. Yeah, something moved. And like a bunch of other things happened that day. And then basically she was like, just feeling the kid. You know what I mean? So I was like, what up? What's good? How you doing? And give me a cigarette because I'm broke and I just got out of jail.
What kind of cigarettes?
Marlboro 27s. I don't
Wow.
smoke
I
anymore
smoked
though.
in 9th grade. I smoked Marlboro Reds.
Yeah, I never smoked Reds. I smoked Newports, obviously, and then I went to Marlboro 27s and then back to Newports. No, I don't smoke. I stopped
That's good.
smoking when I moved to Texas.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just smoke. Just eat the smoked brisket. I don't know. That's what's great
I
about
need,
Buc-ee's. You can
it is
get
good
best
though.
brisket I've ever had from Buc-ee's. Ate it with my hands in the car
They have
on the
brisket
way.
there?
Yes, it's so good.
Really?
You got to give them another shot. Just
I
get
might.
the
I might.
styrofoam container full of brisket. It's so like okay, maybe I didn't have to eat it with my hands, but like
Yeah,
it was
that's a little much.
so
Some white people
good.
shit. That is some white people shit. White people eat with their hands.
Like no one's here.
Unless it's fried chicken, then I'll eat that with my fucking hands in a second.
It's tricky because I don't want to grease up the steering wheel too much or the like the car controls. You're gonna have a lot of napkins nearby.
I'm gonna make Garrett stop at Buc-ee's. We'll record it.
You need to stop at Buc-ee's. Get the white fudge beaver twists. Those are like crack. Those are the best
Hold on,
things
is there
ever.
sugar in it?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't eat sugar.
None at all.
Well, I eat sugar that's not refined.
Okay. So no
Yeah.
snacks, no like
Yeah.
soda, no treats. Yeah.
Nope.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah. Black people
They have
get
really
diabetes
good
quick.
they have really good beef jerky there, all different types.
I like beef jerky.
The pepper kind is really good.
I
But
like
they've
beef
got a
jerky.
whole wall of beef jerky.
I love beef jerky. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved beef jerky.
It's what models eat. It's what models eat to get protein, but there's like no carbs in there.
Really?
Yep. Fashion Week. It's
I never knew that.
It's the Fashion Week snack.
I didn't realize there was no carbs. I don't know how food works.
Well, yeah. I was doing before my wedding, I was doing like me and my husband were doing like he was doing carnivore, I was doing like a messy keto. But yeah, we had tons of jerky and
Beef jerky.
carnivore crisps and like just eating meat with your hands. A lot of like where I would get like the yogurt with like no carbs in it. And then I was a
doing
big
keto for a bit.
yeah, it really does work. You gotta just like put down the bread, all the fruits. Obviously
I heard
sugar.
it's bad for you.
Yeah.
Is keto bad for you? I heard it was.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I did it for the better part of 2 years. I just was really like no soda, no fruit, no bread, no like rice, really. No, like you're really just doing proteins. Maybe strawberries, blueberries, but no other fruit really, because fruit's generally pretty sugary.
Yep.
And veggies. And that makes a dent.
Yeah, Mo lost a lot of weight on it.
It's pretty legit. And like also if you add in what I did, which is basically skipping meals, working out a lot. I was like, I will not be fat on my wedding. Now look at me.
Yeah, I know you're huge. That's true.
It's not good. It's because I saw the doctor yesterday. I was like, "Do you think I'm getting too big?" She's like, "Well," she's like, "No, you're fine." But like anything, like if the more you gain now, it's gonna be hard to lose later.
That's the like that happens to so many women.
I've been talking to a lot of like my girlfriends who've been pregnant who are like, I'm telling you, they're like, something happens to your body, it makes it harder for you to lose weight. I'm like, don't tell me this. Like, please don't.
Just go hard, just go hard.
Just go hard.
That's it. Like, not that I know any better because I don't work out at all, but just go hard.
How hard could it be? I'm just gonna wear a bunch of like body wraps and corsets and shit. I'm gonna snatch it all back up. I'm gonna just Kegel my way back to my original form.
Kegels work off the rest of your body?
I'm gonna Kegel my whole body. I'm just gonna keep punching until the situation improves.
So wild. I mean,
oh boy,
if it works, it works.
Yeah, it's a little.
If it works,
scary.
it works.
It's a little scary. Who did you first start listening to that made you want to get into
music,
like rap commentary? Well, yeah.
Oh, rap
who
commentary.
inspired you to get into music, and who inspired you to do commentary?
To get into music, it was actually this dude that no one knows. His name is Trey from Houston. This like random dude who was from Houston. He like no one knows who he is. I just knew him from like an internet rap forum, and he was like, "Yeah, I do this right out of my bedroom." And I liked one of his songs, and he was like, "Yeah." He like kind of taught me how to make music in my house. So it started with him, but rap commentary, nothing really made. Well, so it was another content creator. His name is I'm Dante. Actually, he did music reactions, and they were just funny. Like they didn't take themselves too seriously. It wasn't just like sitting there and being like, "Oh yeah, this is cool, and like moving on. It was like putting his person. The music was the vehicle for his content, for his what he was talking about. And I was like, if I made content, that's what I would do. But not if I made content, but like I just liked that content and I figured I could do it. So I started with that. But what I really wanted to do was I wanted to do like I thought I was deep. I wanted to do like commentary on life in like a really artful, tasteful way with some comedy. But then I'm not that kind of guy. I'm way too sloppy for that. No one believes me when I try to say things like deep. So it ended up just being, I don't know. It
Do you
just
really
happened
feel
the way it
that
happened.
way? Like you can't get at all philosophical with people?
No, I can, but I have to be doing it in a specific way. Like I need a vehicle for it. I can't just sit in front of a camera. Maybe that's just me. I don't take myself seriously when I just sit there and try to be like, life is what you make of it. I have to like, I have to talk my way into that kind of talk, if it makes sense. I have to coax it out of myself. And music reactions help that. Just talking about that's why I like doing reactions because a lot of people use it just to like have content, just to we can get some followers and grow a. But for me, it's like it's really content to me because this is why people are like, yo, your shit is way too long. Why is your video 45 minutes? The song is 5 minutes. And it's like because I'll sit there and talk and talk and talk and talk and go from this idea to this idea, and it helps me in my regular life to have these conversations about music, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like you're doing a paper on something like in college
Yeah,
or whatever. It's like you're just
yeah.
uh what do you call it? My God, I don't even know. I don't
Thesis
even know what it's
paper?
called.
I
A
don't know.
thesis. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
Breaking.
like majority of it is like me just trying to get to a point. Like because like I said, I have to coax everything out of myself. I don't know what I know until I say the shit because I don't know. Sometimes I don't even think I think the things I say. I just say things. I don't know. I don't believe them until after I say them. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Now I'm gonna apply that to my life.
I kind of know how you feel. Like I think about my relationship to like comedy and like what kind of performer I want to be. And even though I've been doing it 13 years, I still feel
Yep.
like I have to constantly remove layers of inhibition or
Yep.
you're second guessing yourself. You're like, well, do I know enough to really speak on this? Like I need to do more research. Like and
Yep.
it's like your own lived experience is enough. Your
It
own
is. That's what I'm
your
realizing.
and like yeah, the older you get, the more you're like, no, you know enough. You know what you're talking about.
Yep. And if people are coming after you for what you're saying, then you're over the target.
Hmm.
That's how I'm starting to feel now because it's like if you're trying to make people like maneuver a minefield and not hurt any feelings and spare people, you're just everyone else at that point. There's no individuality at that point because you're following in line with what people want from you rather than what you actually think and believe, your own lived experience, like you just said. So you got to really come from a place of truth in order to actually make any difference, make any waves at all. And if you're making those waves, then you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I believe.
And you constantly find this balance of like, oh, are you doing what you want to do, but are you also giving the people what they want? You can't ignore either one for too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. Well, I think people want. That's what I was saying. So, like a music reaction, if I put it in those terms, people want to hear your opinion on music. So you give them that's what they want from me. But then on top of that, that's where I use it as a vehicle to put my own personal opinion into it. So like people want a stand-up show from you, so you're giving them what they want. But like then you could either be everyone else or you could be you.
Yeah. And then I'll sometimes hear like people come to show, oh man, I thought you were gonna be so much more political. Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna go harder. I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna roast me even harder. So you
Yeah,
do want to
see,
make
that's
those people
different. You
happy.
have real time, like people who come up and talk to you and tell you what they wanted from you. So you can try things out and do different things. So it's that's another thing. Like so much shit is formulaic, and you're actually listening. Like you could tell that you take what people say and think about it. Actually, take the criticism, even though people claim you don't, because you don't do what they want you to do, everything they want you to do. But clearly, you are taking the criticism and you're thinking about it. You're actually like you're building yourself up off of everything. This is the that's what a creators should do, I think. You should take opinions, but you can't be caring about the opinions so much that you lose yourself.
Yeah, you can't let that be the, the driving force
Yeah.
behind
To
what
make
you
people
do.
happy. Like seeing people smile should be your driving force, but like making people happy is something else, because
What
that's
do
not
you
your
think
job.
that people most misunderstand about you?
I think people think I'm arrogant. This is something I've read over the past like week or two. People think I'm arrogant or that I think I'm better than people because I trust myself a lot of times. I trust my own opinion and they think I don't listen, exactly what I was just talking about. But I actually am I listen to everything. I read all my comments. I'm actually taking everything in consideration. And I'm just learning how to maneuver these things. You can't be friends with everyone. You can't listen to everyone. I'm realizing now that everyone isn't normal on the internet, you know? And so you got to be
You
able
just
to
learned about autism?
yeah, that's what I literally did. I'm like, okay, this person is like ridiculous. So you gotta know what to throw out, what to keep in. But people think that I'm like just some Hollywood dude that hates everyone and thinks he's better than people. And it's just not the case. I actually think if anything, I think I'm less than people, which is the issue. That's the problem. I
Imposter
should probably
syndrome. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I feel like I don't belong where I'm at. Even though I keep growing, people keep telling me it. Those I throw out that type of the compliments, I throw out the fucking window. People are like, "Yo, you're the man. You should be even bigger." And it's like that shit goes out the window when someone's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even trying to do this?" And that's the shit that sticks with me. You know?
Me too. Me too. Like
Yeah,
I did a show with this woman Mel K yesterday for her channel and she was giving me so many compliments and I couldn't process them. It's like she was
yeah,
speaking Chinese, but
yep.
like the hateful comments, the stuff that like triggers me, it's like, oh, I'll remember that. Or like you gotta work
Forever.
harder, you gotta do this, you got like I'll be like, that resonates more.
Yep, yep.
And
And I think that's like a driven person. I think a person who wants to do their best at something, that's why you hear that. Because some people will block that. Some people will block the criticism and only listen to the good things, like Ryan fucking Upchurch. But yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's pretty good though. But
He's
maybe I don't
mid. He's okay. He's
mid.
okay. He's not amazing. He's not. I'm telling you, he's really not. People have him gassed up. He says all these things. He's not. Coming from a guy, I've been rapping longer than him, first of all. And second of all, he's mid. I could get into details why, but I'll save that for my content.
But he can talk so fast and rhyme.
But he also doesn't make sense half the time and like references obscure shit that people don't know what he's talking about. And it's like only country people know what the fuck this dude's talking about. And then I'm the wrong one because I'm from New Hampshire, which is kind of country. But like I'm crazy because I'm not from Tennessee and you don't understand this. How don't you understand the fucking bayou and whatever the fuck, the creeks and all this weird country shit that he's talking about? Like, it's just so stupid. His audience is stupid. Not his whole audience. Not his whole audience. Not his whole audience. There's certain parts of his audience that are fucking stupid. Some of them fully understand what's happening, but he's mid. He's mid. He's falling off, and that's my opinion.
So if he's mid, who's good?
Who's great? Eminem. Even though he's a pansy ass bitch, he's
Yeah,
still
what
an
happened to
amazing
him?
rapper.
Was he always so liberal or did it just come out
I
more
think I
last
think
10
he
years?
has been liberal, but I don't think he was always as liberal as he is now. Like he's like lost,
What do
you
you
know.
think that is?
That I don't know. That could be because he has imposter syndrome in hip hop and is like black people are Democrats, so I'm gonna fight for all these black causes extra and be cringe to the level of how much I'm
Mm.
fucking believing in these things. Or it could be that maybe he has handlers that say you can't say what your actual beliefs are. Like I feel like that's more of a conspiracy theory, but I wouldn't put it past it. It's very easy to have like his fucking manager be like, nah, you can't. Like it doesn't even have to be him. He doesn't have to be talking to some crazy huge person. It could be someone who works next to him who works with other people and it's like, don't let this dude off his leash, basically.
Being an
I don't
ally
know.
is super cringe. Like there's an
It
organic
is.
way to stand up for something like, oh, well, my sister's trans or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, but like
But like this dude, bro, he's cringe. He's so cringe. Sometimes I hear him rap and he just like he went off on this part where he just like he just named all the black people that have been killed by cops just like in a row. And it was like, let's get all the cops. And it's like, shut up. Like, what are you talking about, nigga? Like, shut up. No one cares. You ruined your verse doing that shit.
When I start rapping, I'm just gonna name all of the redheads, like famous redheads throughout time, or all the redheads who have been race swapped in
I'm
movies.
with you.
You know?
We stand together.
But nothing rhymes with orange, and I have to keep remembering that.
No, things rhyme with orange. Eminem did that.
What?
You got to give him credit for that. Yeah, he rhymed orange multiple times. Yeah.
What? Nothing rhymes with orange. What are you talking
Bro, he's
about?
done it. He's done it on multiple different tracks, multiple different times. Like he rhymed.
Give
He
me one
rhymes
word
like,
that rhymes
probably
with
like
orange. Scorange?
Scoring, is that
Forage?
even a word?
No.
I don't know what he said. I don't
Maybe
know what he said.
forage. Like if you're foraging for food
I
in the
mean, it
woods
depends on how you bend the word. So you don't have to rhyme they say
perfectly.
nothing rhymes with orange. It doesn't have to be the one word. Like you could rhyme door hinge, which is where everyone goes.
Door hinge.
You know? Yeah. See, as soon as I said it, everyone said door hinge. That's where everyone goes with it. But there's more than that rhymes. Because you're just rhyming
Like a whore binge. You like
Yes.
more
Whore
than one
binge.
whore.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. More cringe, which is what Eminem
More
is.
cringe.
You know?
Yeah, it's close
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. I can make it work.
More syringe.
More
That's what I would like to see
That's
a video of someone's creative process of like figuring out what rhymes. I think that would
That's
be
what
cool to see how the
have plans
sausage
for
is
that.
made.
I have plans for that. I was gonna put it on my locals first and like work it out there, get it the right way, make a few of them and see how they respond to it on locals, and then end up putting it on another channel on YouTube.
Orange and Lauren.
Hey, it does. That does rhyme if you say it.
And then purple or silver. I guess those are other words.
Silver rhymes.
Silver.
Oh, hold on. Does it?
Dilbert.
Dilbert. Dilbert rhymes with silver.
Dilbert.
Is pilfer a word? I feel like I've heard that.
Pilfer, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can make that work. Purple. Circle.
Purple,
I rhymed purple already.
Herkel.
I rhymed
Urkel.
Urkel.
Steve Urkel. My rap references are definitely dating me, so maybe I need to.
Upchurch just tried to rhyme Urkel, so you're not far away from him in ability.
Pilfer.
Except he didn't rhyme it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beefs.
Silver and pilfer do rhyme. You're not gonna tell me, troll. Shut up. I know what rhymes. All right.
His name is literally only joined to troll.
Yeah. Yeah. We call him also Glory Hole.
I wonder, is it similar? Like people say, oh, like women just generally suck at stand-up comedy. Does that apply to the rap world as well? Where there's this sense of like women are just worse or can't do it?
They are. There's very few that rhyme well, that do it well. And it's not the fault of the like women who can rap. It's the fault of every woman that gets promoted has a ghostwriter. Like none of them actually can write. Yeah, none of them can actually write a track. Like except for Snow the Product. She's
Cardi.
No.
All of them.
I don't believe any of them. Nicki supposedly doesn't have ghostwriters, but she just put out a song against Megan Thee Stallion like 2 weeks ago, and she needed one. If she wrote that, she needs a ghostwriter. Like it was horrible. But Snow the Product, she's a very good rapper. But like one out of all the female rappers being good that's just not a good ratio, you know?
No.
But
wow, that's interesting.
There might be better women out there.
I wonder why is that? Is it because there's a competitive nature to like women are less competitive, or maybe it's just a brain thing?
I don't know because I can't be in a woman's head, but I think maybe it probably is like a down on yourself thing. Like women don't think that they can keep up type thing. Because I think women should be able to, because the women I know are fucking cerebral. They're cerebral assassins. So they should be able to. There's some good female ghostwriters, but again, it always ends up coming out that they're getting help from the dude that they're fucking. So it's weird.
Wow, that's so interesting because you hear about that in comedy too. Like when Amy Schumer was coming up, she was dating, I think it was Dane Cook.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, Nova's good actually. He was helping her with the years that they were together.
Yeah.
And then she was like a comic, and then people were like, well, she turned very leftist. Like, what was that how she always was, or did it just come out later? Like like how people say about Howard Stern, like
Yep.
it just was unveiled. It's like, did the success unveil who you really are?
I don't think so. I
Or
don't
do
think
you
so.
kind of orient yourself that way because that's the path to
That's what's
success?
popping. Yep. Yep. I
Yeah,
think
but
that's what it is. I think it's that it makes sense because the entertainment industry is skewed to the left.
because I've also heard too, like money and success, like, okay, now you can be yourself because you kind of made
Yeah.
it.
That could be it too. I think some people I think it's both, but I think it's probably more likely what is what you have to do to get into it and then you start believing it, probably.
And then what you have to do
Like,
to maintain and like not lose
yeah,
your bag and
yeah,
maintain your quality of life.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
keep
unfortunate.
circling back to this. Like for years, I was like really upset I didn't have an agent or a manager, and it made me feel really down on myself. And I was like, why am I not good enough? Like, look at these people. Is it about the
Your
following?
beliefs.
Is it about talent? Like what am I lacking? And now it's such a blessing because it just seems like your agents and your management team, like they are the ones that can actually step in, and
Yeah,
maybe they say you have to apologize for this
they'll
joke, or
sell
maybe
you
they
out.
say you can't talk about this and you're set, or maybe they forced you to post the black square. It's like
Yeah. Do you
I
remember
it's
Eminem used to talk about that on his albums? Like in the beginning, when he was like new into the industry, he would have these skits on his albums where he would be like, the label's basically telling him that he can't rap about this. He should be rapping about these things. And like, so it's definitely there that they do that, you know? That's
wow.
they tell you what you can and cannot do. Some people don't listen and end up like Kanye. And some people do listen and end
But
up like
we
Eminem.
love Kanye. He's so entertaining.
He is. He's very entertaining. But he's fucking ridiculous too. For sure.
His girlfriend goes around wearing a pillow. Like that's and she looks
And
exactly
he
like
wears full
him.
body suits. Yeah, she
That's gotta be
does.
tough for her. Like going, wow, I look exactly like the last person you were with. Like,
And he's
well,
trying even more to make me look more like her
at least
every
we know
chance
you
he
have a
gets.
type. Yeah, why do I have to wear neutrals and flesh colored clothing all the time? Like
Bro, that's a wild situation. I don't know what's happening there. She's crazy, I think. I
what
saw
did
her
he
talking on camera.
I read something that he wouldn't let her go on social media anymore.
I don't know. I heard that I heard a lot of things, but then I heard her family come out and say that's not true. But like, she's crazy. She's out of control. She is. I guess she been trying to look like Kim before he was with her, which is
Oh
wild.
wow.
Yeah, she thought she was a model, but she was like an architect, and I don't know. I don't know. I
Can't
don't know
be
what's up with
both. You
these
can't
some
be a
people.
model and an
Yeah.
architect.
No.
Just like when I
No.
was a kid, I wanted to be a gymnast and a veterinarian. Guess what? You can
No.
barely do one of those things if you're
One or the other. You got to
yeah.
make the choice. It's facts.
Metastep, Nova is a better rapper than Tom. Said what I said. Who's Nova?
Nova is his girlfriend. She's a rapper too.
Oh, okay. I thought she was just like a producer.
Well, she makes his videos. She's also she like a videographer. That's what she mainly does. But she really is a rapper. But she's become a videographer to help Tom's career basically, and it's been like
Which is really
unstoppable.
smart. I
Yeah,
think all couples that are in any creative field, you get together, you get married, like you gotta
yeah,
evaluate, okay, who has kind of more potential,
yeah,
who's coming up quicker. You need to kind of dedicate yourself to them because
absolutely.
as they go up, you will also go up. And I've
Yeah,
seen this a lot with comedians. That's the problem when you have kind of two artists together. There is a bit of a competitive, not that you have to take an L and drop out, but like I know
nah, but you
examples
can't be
of comedy
competing.
couples where like the chick is not like it's just not really happening for her, but it's happening for her husband. So it's like you got to put yourself behind them,
Yep.
support
And if
them.
he doesn't fall back, then she's mad. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's I
you got
mean,
to
me and
be
Mo
a
did
team
that.
player.
Mo, when we first moved to Texas, we were living with her parents. We were living upstairs in like their extra room. And I was like, yo, give me a year on YouTube, see if I can make this happen. And if it doesn't, I'll quit everything and go get a regular job. And her parents are like, okay. She went and worked at HEB and was making cakes because she's a cake decorator as well. And within
Oh
like the
wow,
first,
really?
yeah, yeah, she kills it. And within the first week, like it started going up, and then we started live streaming eventually, and we're like, we're gonna as soon as she can quit her job, we're gonna she's not going to work anymore. And the squad was basically like, she can quit her job now, and she hasn't worked since.
Wow.
So she sacrificed, like, she let me do what I had to do. She sacrificed. She was working, bringing in money while I was doing YouTube, and it's worked out. Now she don't have to work. Now she
So
loves
when
being
you
a
said
housewife.
that your girlfriend has nice cake, you were not
I
talking
meant
about
it twice. Yeah, I meant it. It was a double. I'm a rapper, so it was a double entendre.
she can pipe. She's
Yeah.
pipe that ice.
She can, though. That's the craziest thing, is that she really fucking can. She's good. She really is good. Her mother owned a bakery, and she hired this like cake decorator who was like mad money and wanted more money from her mother. So she was like, fire her and I'll just learn her job. And since
Wow.
then,
Okay, I'll have to connect her with Anna, because Anna, my friend Anna, that's the Star Wars girl,
yep.
had a cake debacle on her wedding. What she got was not at all what she ordered. The baker said, I can do this for you. Like, looked at reference photos, said I can definitely give you
Yep.
that, and then gave her something that was like hideous and
And you
charged
can't
her
say no.
$850 for it, is not giving her a refund, even though they didn't cut into it at all. Nobody had any of it because it was so hideous. She just like put it aside.
And she's gonna have to take him to court to get the money.
Small Cakes Court is actually
Small Cakes Court. That's
what they have
wild.
to do.
That should be a show. You just came up with a fucking TV show. That's genius. This wasn't the cake I wanted, and I want my money. That's a great
be
idea.
like Judge Judy, Gordon Ramsay.
Just with cake.
Yeah, it was gross. And I think that would be fun to do. Like, if I wasn't doing this or comedy at all, I would be doing something like very chick oriented, like
Yeah.
maybe interior design or like Pinterest or cakes. I
Yep.
think I would be.
Cakes, bro. She still, to this day, still makes cakes. This is the thing. She doesn't even have to. People still call her like, can you make a cake for my kid? Can you make cake for this? Can you make cake?
Oh,
She
wow.
still does it. Yeah.
What's her favorite? What's her specialty?
Babe, what's your specialty? What's your favorite cake to make? Okay.
The stenographer writes in cake frosting. It's
She don't
taking
have no
forever.
answer. She said, she don't know. Huh? Okay. I don't know. She doesn't have an answer. She doesn't, I don't know. I don't know what her favorite is. She has a bunch of pictures though. She makes cool cakes.
She'll make whatever.
And she got some cake.
Yeah. I'm more of a pie person.
Me too. I fucking hate cake. I don't eat cake at all. I don't like cake in the least bit. Unless it's ice cream cake.
It's hard. You can't really eat a whole, I'm halfway through a piece of cake. I already feel bad about myself. And that really kind of applies to anything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel better when if I leave a one bite to the side, I'm like, nice.
I have restraint.
I feel like I'm working on, I'm working on myself.
One bite for Jesus.
I'm not a glutton. I don't want to be a glutton. Even if I eat a whole giant meal, just leave one bite.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, you're pregnant. You can eat whatever you want. It's like, okay, but I'm building habit. Like I don't want to get into the habit. Like I've spent my entire life ignoring cravings, and people are like, what are you craving? I'm like, I don't know. I've shut off that part of my brain, I think, permanently.
I don't be
Like
craving things either.
having a German dad who infuses you with an eating disorder early on, it's like it's hard to fight that.
Gives it to you.
Yeah. Like every year at Thanksgiving, my whole life, really? You're getting a second plate? Like that stays with you.
Oh, that's like Mo's told me some stories like that. That's funny. That's not my life. My mother's like, eat everything.
That's what I'm in now, because now I'm married into an Italian family where they want you to be have enough food all the time, which I don't understand. I can't really process that. Like there's always a lot of leftover food, no matter what happens.
We don't have leftovers in this house.
No.
Yeah, no. I don't like
One
that
time
happen.
I made fun of my mom. Oh God, there were so many times. Like she didn't really like to cook. She never really made enough food. She always was in diet mode. There was an Easter where I went to go get some ham, and like she was like, "No, Chrissy, the meat is for the men." And it was it was just my dad, my grandpa, my brother, and I was like, "What?
You live in a village? That sounds crazy."
It was so weird. She just never really made enough food.
So you get to eat
there's
aside?
not enough food. She really did say that, and then I'd be like, it was like another time. So she had lunch. It just wasn't enough. We're all like still hungry. She's like, well, it was just a taste of lunch. It was just like, I'm like, that would be her restaurant that she would open up, a taste of lunch. And it's just
Just a couple bites.
just like half portions. Yeah, you're like, okay.
That again, you can come up with multiple good ideas to show.
Mhm.
That sounds good. Sell less for more money.
Yeah.
Hell
Well,
yeah,
yeah, you get into
specialty.
those really fancy restaurants. They give you like this much food on a giant plate.
I have a sty on my eye.
Oh no, eating too much ass. How does that happen?
That's not. Those aren't the same. I think that's not pink eye.
Do you wear contacts?
Put my business out there like that flustered me a little bit. But
What
nah,
is too much ass?
yeah.
I've gotten
Nah.
not in a long time, but I've had stuff. But I wear contacts. So I'm constantly like touching my eyes and getting
I
makeup
don't
in
wear
there.
contacts, but I have bad allergies since I moved to Texas. My eyes just like always leaking. I have like this. I keep my eye stuff on me. I don't know where they are.
Eye
right now, actually,
drops.
though. Yeah, I had to use like these advanced, expensive eye drops. The only thing that works. But
Oh.
I wish I could wear contacts, but I don't like putting things in my eyes.
I always wondered if like eye drops are similar to chapstick, where they actually just make you drier. That's I've heard.
Sometimes you have to get the right ones. You gotta that is what happens. I talked to my doctor about it. A lot of them do make your eyes drier, but sometimes your eyes get overly watery because I don't get dry eyes, but I guess that it is dry eyes because it's like it's making over too much because my eyes are dry. So I have to use these drops to balance it.
They're just good to have on hand in case you get into an argument and you want to seem like you're really emotional
Crying.
about something.
Yeah, I
and
feel a
you're
way
like,
about this. Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. I gotta win these arguments because I have no soul. I need my eye drops. Facts.
ooh, thank you, one rad lady. Guess what you get? I recommend German Mother Skits by Laura Ramoso on YouTube. So funny and accurate of German parents. I have to check this out. There is not nearly enough German content out there, just generally.
I think there is.
You think so?
I
Aside
think-
from the Holocaust.
yeah, I was about to say this. I can't fucking go anywhere without seeing German content.
They did more than just the Holocaust.
Not that I know of. They made what do they make? Volkswagens too? That's cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, Hugo
During
Boss,
the Holocaust.
Audis,
this-
I think. Yeah.
Doesn't all of this have to do with the Holocaust somehow? Hugo Boss made the Nazi outfits.
When are
for
people
sure.
gonna get over the Holocaust?
Big deal. Come on.
So what? A few people died. Guess what? Cancer kills more people.
This is true. This is true. Like, what about cigarettes? Come on, man.
Yes.
Worry about the Holocaust. Gassing yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Now they're pushing trans milk on people. Come on.
Yeah, heard about that.
I'm fired up about trans milk. Oh, is that a dog?
I want to try it. Yeah, come here, Gates.
Oh my goodness.
Come up here.
Oh,
They handsome boys. They handsome Gates.
oh, hello. What kind of dog is that?
He's a half pit bull, half husky. Because I'm black, I can't not have a pit bull.
Waffles.
Oh, look at your
Waffles.
puppy. What kind of dog is that?
It's Waffles. She's a
Look at this dog,
cavapoo.
babe. What is it?
She's a cavapoo.
A cavapoo? What is that?
Cavapoo. Cavalier and poodle.
Cavalier and Pluto.
Cavapoo.
Poodle.
Poodle.
I said Pluto. Pluto. Poodle. Cavalier and Poodle.
She's
That's a
so
nice
cute.
dog.
I can't live Muffin. There's Muffin here too, but she's
That's a
kind
nice
of fat,
pup.
and I'm not supposed to pick up anything heavier than
How big is that dog? That dog looks huge.
she's like 25 pounds. They're both a little more than they should be right now because winter and snacks. But
Yeah. That's a nice dog. You have to get it groomed.
yes,
Yeah.
poodle mixes require more grooming than
Yeah.
other types because they get like, look at all this hair. She's curly and
Oh
she's
man.
little teddy bear
That's what
face.
makes me not want to get a long haired dog.
You have to stay on top of the dingleberries.
Yeah.
You have to make sure the dingleberries don't take over.
That's way too much work for me. Way too
I'm like,
much work.
I
for
can't
me.
even stay on top of my own dingleberries.
Facts. Facts. I don't shave, bro. Don't shave me. I'm not shaving my
I
dog.
haven't seen my genitals in a couple of months. I don't know what's happening down there. It's a strange feeling to just be like, oh, I can't see what's under there anymore.
Out of sight, out of mind. Fuck it. I operate.
It's crazy to just not know at all what's happening with a part of your body. Like
That is crazy.
I miss getting they say you can still get waxed when you're pregnant. I haven't because I just don't want it, like I don't know. I don't want the baby to be like, what the fuck's going on? I don't know. Is my house being blown apart? Like
yeah, it's Wizard of Oz tornado.
I miss my I had this like Russian waxer and she would hold up a little mirror to my cooch after she was done, like a barber. And she'd be like, what do you think? And I'd be like, get that away. I don't want to
Why would I want to see this? The fuck out of here.
Like, yeah, it's like a crying newborn. I'm like, I don't want to look at it right now. I'll look at it tomorrow. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure you got everything.
I don't want to look at it. I don't want to see it. I get waxed. I don't want to see it.
Like, oh God. That's what that looks like. Wow.
Bro, that's
and then you have to
never do waxing.
Yeah, and then you got to lay on your stomach and hold your own butt open so she can do that.
That's a humiliation ritual. There's no way. I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying to hold my crack open.
I'm paying you. I have to hold my own butt open.
Yeah, nah.
The other way to do it is hold yourself in a cannonball. Like that's how most of the other ones do it.
Wait, what?
That's before I had the Russian lady. Like most of the other waxers, you just lay on your back and you hold a cannonball, and then that's how they get up in there. That's how they get to the back.
That feels like a humiliation ritual.
That I liked. I liked that better than holding my own ass open, laying on my stomach.
I don't know. I feel like I'd rather hold my ass open than that.
Really?
Like, in a fetal position while they I'm good.
See, I think I feel more vulnerable laying on my stomach.
Yeah. I think that's a woman thing. I think women are okay with being fetal position in front of people because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Especially not naked.
You're not naked.
You have your shirt on?
Half naked. Yeah.
That's even more embarrassing. You're Winnie the Pooh in it.
You are Winnie the Pooh.
Nah,
and then sometimes I'm like, should I leave my socks on? I'm like, what's the pedicure situation like? Like,
there's no way. There's no way. This is why I'll just let it become a jungle. There's no way I'm doing either of those things.
That's why I think I'll be okay with giving birth because, like, I've already had I've had every woman that works at European Wax. Like, they already know the deal. They're basically my primary care providers anyway. They know what's happening.
That's crazy. You just taught me something today. I had no idea that you had to cannonball or hold your own cheeks open. Like, why wouldn't they have a contraption to hold your cheeks open? This is what I don't understand.
That would be weirder.
Well, like, couldn't you like take like some like sticky tape from underneath the thing and just like you know, like from underneath the thing and you put it on?
Yeah, but like, what if the sticky tape like then what if it's
bungee
like
cord?
Severe?
Yeah, it rips your shit.
You're like, whoa.
That's true too. You have to find a balance, and that is kind of hard. You can't predict those things. You're
I guess I understand because only you know how to hold your own ass open. Like,
this is true.
You know what your limits are. You know how.
That's true. That is.
And then I'm like, you don't want to hold it too open and give someone the wrong idea, but you also like
then let some air out as well.
You're also paying for like that area to be dealt with. Make it hospitable.
They judge you by how far you hold your ass open when they're
looking
at you. Like,
you don't want to be
this person's a little fucking too.
Like, wow,
this
girl is thirsty. Like, she's really.
Why would she hold her ass open? They go talk about it to other fucking.
See, that's why I think the cannonball is better because you can only really cannonball one way, whereas you can be judged by how much you hold your own ass open.
Imagine your ass being held open too far without you holding it open. I'm judging you even more.
Then it's like Clockwork Orange with the things in the guy's eyes. I don't like that.
But if you're just like sitting there in a cannonball and your ass is just open, it's like, why is it so open?
You can't control that. That's just your cannonball.
But they're gonna be like, the last ass I saw wasn't that open, or the last ass was. Like, if it doesn't match up, then they're judging you. You're getting judged, period.
And I was like, tell me. I'm like, who is like the worst kempt down there? Like, what kinds of women?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always love to get this out of, like, my dentist, anyone who services any part of my body. I always, like, try to get, like, a little bit of, like, so who's got the worst shit
Do
down
they
there?
answer?
And there was one woman who told me Jewish women and Asians have the worst, like, the messiest snatches, like, in terms of upkeep or, like, hair maintenance or, just filth. Like, just made me laugh
Just
so hard.
nasty. I wonder why that is.
I don't know why. I can understand the Asian part because when I was always, like, a diver growing up. I was always in locker
What
rooms
kind of
and,
diver?
like,
What do
yeah,
you
the
mean?
Asian women, like, their pubes, like,
What do you mean a
they
diver?
the springboard diving, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I started
thought
when
you
I
were
was
thinking about.
11 and did it all through college, and, like,
So
Asian
you're
women
nasty with this?
I was nasty. I was
Really?
pretty good. I think I still
Okay.
have the record at my college for
What?
something.
I'd
Yeah.
be bragging about that. Where's your fucking? I'd have that up on my wall.
It's an old record too. It's from, like, 2000, like, the early aughts.
Bro, I would be bragging about that regularly. I'd open up my show with that.
I'm
Professional
not trying to
diver,
be, like, a
medium.
glory days person either,
You should.
though.
You should, because I can't even swim, and I get roasted for that every day.
Like, I don't wanna be like Uncle Rico, like, "Yeah, you should have seen me in state. I could throw a
You should.
football
You
across the
should.
thing."
You should. I would. I'm gonna start bringing it up for you every time someone brings you up. Be like, she dives.
It's
She holds
hard.
the record at her
It
college.
seems weird to brag about something that you were good at and, like, haven't been good at in
Tell Upchurch that.
years. Like, there's no way there are only a couple dives I could chuck off right now and like would still look pretty. Everything you're out of the rhythm for, you're out of the shape
So
for.
you like do flips and shit.
Mhm.
What?
Twists.
And you barely
Flips.
splash. That's what it's about, right?
You try to not have a splash. But again, the Asians have the advantage of you over you on that because
They're hairy.
their hips are narrower, their bodies are like straws. They just fall into the water and make
Damn.
it's easier for them to not have a splash.
That's racist.
That's why I have there's a lot. There's
racist.
racism in every sport. You're like,
Yeah.
these fucking Asians have
What
the
about the equity?
advantage. Yeah. But at least I didn't have to go against dudes because dudes can jump higher, spin faster, they're stronger. I would have
This is
been
true.
there's
This
no
is
way I
true.
would have made it.
This is
Yeah.
true. This is true. But yeah, hold on. What were you about to why were you about to say about Asians? Hair? I forgot. I forgot how that come over a second.
So their pubes are out of control. They like, in my experience, the locker rooms I've been in, the Asian women make no attempt to do pube care. They just, it's out there and
Just
it's
hanging
like
out, just springing out.
It's sticky. It's like a little fro. So
And you can see it underneath their suits.
you can
out
just
of the
see it
side.
like if they're standing sideways, you're like, whoa,
Why?
it has distance. I don't know. I'll have to ask my one Asian friend, X-ray girl.
Yeah, you should. She's pretty Americanized though. She's Canadian, so
She's Canadian.
yeah, it's different. Probably some different energy.
Yeah.
But she can probably answer the question though. Ancient Chinese secrets.
She does know, and she has a lot of Asian wisdom. So
Yeah.
I will
She's
ask her
born with
about
it.
that.
Damn.
And it's not racist to just notice patterns, people.
It's not. It's not.
Mhm.
It's absolutely not. Like white people eat with their hands, black people fight in airports. It's not racist.
We really covered everything I thought we would cover, but then we covered things I never dreamed we would get
Me
into.
either.
Well,
I don't know
today.
where we're going. I never have talked about waxing ever in my life. So
Oh, I used to talk about it every set. I have like a 10-minute bit on it. But I think, is it in my last album? Maybe. You like cycle through material and then
Yep.
kind of stop doing it. And now I'm about to enter my mommy phase, so I don't know if that's appropriate.
You got jokes written?
I got jokes. Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna? Oh yeah, you're not doing a set this time in Vegas. You should have.
Oh, I'm so sad. I'm gonna miss the Vegas meetup. It's in April. It's like right around the
When
time.
you're supposed to have them.
I'm supposed to-
Damn. Well,
I'm hoping he holds on and is
be
a
performing
Taurus
Texas
instead of
again,
being an
right?
Aries. That's my one. If I could have one request.
Aries are crazy.
If you're
My
listening,
sister's an
we'll be-
Aries.
Yeah, please just be a Taurus and save
Yeah,
me.
she's one of the meanest people I know.
Really?
Yeah, literally one of the meanest people I know, and she's an Aries, and it makes sense.
My brother's an Aries, and I'm like, ugh, okay. I have a couple friends who are like decent Aries, but I have an ex who's an Aries, and it's like, ugh,
Yeah,
I'd rather not.
yeah. See, I wouldn't just because, and I don't even do astrology, but I'm not chancing that. I would never chance that. After knowing my sister, I wouldn't chance it.
I didn't even
No.
think. We were not even thinking about, like, a lot of people will really line their shit up and time it out and temperature checks, and they'll go, oh, like it's fucking the you know what I mean? Like,
I heard like if you Mo has told me you do things certain ways. I think we talked about it. You do things certain ways. It's girls, boys. I don't
certain
know.
positions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's I don't know. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, we didn't think about
Just
all
stick it in.
that. I didn't even know I was I was exactly I became the women I make fun of. I didn't even know I was pregnant for like 7 weeks. I had no
Really?
idea. I had no idea. But that only means 3 weeks late. So I just was
3
busy.
weeks is still long.
Yeah.
As soon as you're like one day, if I was a girl, I'm like, yep, it's time.
I just was like, I'm traveling, I'm stressed. I'm sure that's what it is.
True, hormones too do mess up timing and stuff. That is true. That
And
is true.
then the first test was positive. I threw that away. I was like, this is obviously fake news. I'm like,
It's a
what was it made in
conspiracy.
China?
It's clearly
I was
some
like, haha,
conspiracy.
good one. A week later, I took 4. They were all positive. I was like, well, shit.
Like just getting one test and be like, nah, this is fucking fake. That's crazy already. That's
No.
wild. Just nah, this can't be real. All right.
Yeah. I was like, sure. They make this where they make the COVID test?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we all have COVID. We're all pregnant. Sure. Hand me another White Claw. He's gonna come out
Refuse to
holding a
believe this
White
shit.
Claw. Yeah.
I had White Claws for the first time at your show.
Wow.
Hated it.
They're not the best, but I don't know. There's
I wish
something
I
I
would have
like
got a regular drink.
they have a little bit of a aftertaste and middle taste.
Yeah.
Um,
And before taste.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was on a Truly kick for a while.
I never had one. I
But
just see those in like I see those on like corner store walls and I'm like, I'm not drinking that.
because they have the tall boys and they have like the surges, which will really mess you up.
Like Four Loko?
Yes.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Give birth
Like
live? Wild.
Vlog, you're such a delight. What is coming up for you? Where can people follow you and Mo and listen to your music and all that good
What
stuff?
is coming up? I don't have anything coming up specifically, but I will be dropping music. So just follow me on Spotify, or iTunes, whatever. Flawdzilla on all streaming platforms. Drop music frequently. YouTube.com/Flawdzilla. Drop music over there. Drop content. And yeah, for now, that's it. Yeah, I don't know.
Amazing.
I don't really have anything else. I don't think going on.
You're gonna who's gonna be the subject of your next rap? Maybe Jordan. Could you do Jordan Peterson rap?
I could. I might. So I was thinking what I might start doing is like not parody raps, but like things that I don't like put on albums and things, just fun things for content specifically. So I might end up putting Jordan Peterson quotes into a rap or something like that at some point. Just
Or
because you
rapping
need
about
like
trans milk? Mhm.
yeah, I might do that. You need the headline. So it's like trans milk rap.
Yeah.
And
You've
it'll
heard
go
of
viral.
2% milk. This is goo percent milk.
Yeah. They
I
call
don't know
it
what's coming out.
chest liquid. That's what they call it, chest liquid. Yeah. It's not about that life, but maybe I'll drink some on camera or something. I'll get a man to make it for me and send it to me.
It'll cost you.
Yeah.
Everybody, follow Flawed. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Flawed TV. Subscribe
Yep.
to his YouTube. All of the things. Thank you so much for
Yep.
coming on. I thought the haters were going to be a little bit more
Me too.
passionate in the chat. I guess not.
Yeah. Their boy's a bitch. It's because yesterday, like, he showed that he's a bitch, so they're just all coping right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can explain
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah, there's some bitch ass niggas.
Bitch ass people.
Niggas specifically.
Are you giving me the card?
You got it.
That-
You got it.
Really?
I'd say use it offline, but you got it. Yeah.
Wow. Can
Yeah.
you send me a laminated version?
I got you. I got you.
Hang up.
I got you.
Okay.
Yep. I got you. Signed off.
Hooray! Mission accomplished. Everyone,
That's why you brought me on. That's the only reason I came on today.
That is why I brought you here today.
Well, you did right. You made the right choice. You made the right
Thank you guys
choice.
in the chat. This was fun. Good times, good times. And we will see you all next time. I'll see you guys at 9 o'clock. I'm going to have Jamie Mitchell on from Gays Against Groomers. And yeah, we'll see you guys then. Bye.